Hello Internet and welcome back to Let's Play Vice City, and today we are going to cover the unique jumps. As you can see, we've already covered about 4 of them in other missions. But before we start on that, I'm going to get to the to this helicopter checkpoint mission that has so eluded me in the past. So let's just do this one real quick and then I'll get to the unique jumps. This one's not as easy as the other ones in my opinion because it's a lot of up and downs and you gotta go through a really crowded area. It's definitely not the easiest one. Just take your time with it and you'll eventually be able to get through. Just watch out for the lampposts. If you gotta try this one over and over, like I really wouldn't blame you. But fortunately for me, I got this in one run during the recording. So, huzzah! And conveniently, there was a man right here with a PCJ 600, which we are going to need for pretty much every unique jump. You can use other vehicles, but for the most part, you want to use a PCJ 600. So let's get to number 5, shall we? We have to use this we gotta use the alley to jump storage containers through a police bribe and onto the reverse pavilion rooftop, where we can access the second helicopter challenge? That's the second one on this island, anyway. In any case, you gotta jump over it, so really easy. Alright, the next one is very close to the, where we did the Haitian missions. All you gotta do is go down this alley here and hit this ramp. And I'm not entirely sure where you're supposed to land, but apparently me hitting this tree was good enough. So yeah, the next one is actually like right over here. Really easy to find. You got to jump across the canal and just over the bribe, or over or through the bribe, whatever. And yeah, really easy. It used to be you have to hit this thing head on. I think you're just supposed to kind of hit this thing or maybe just come just short of it. But anyway, this next one is a little tricky to find. Just kind of, it's in Little Havana. Just use my video as a guide as best as you can. You gotta jump these small ramps and then this, not this, or yeah, that big ramp right there, that one. This one I had to do a couple of times. The second ramp there was not a unique jump, but things! Angry Tommy! Anyway, next we're gonna tackle the airport ones. Pretty easy. We're gonna be going through a lot of bikes. And I'll explain why in a minute. But anyway, next one all you gotta do is jump on this little staircase thing to the east side of the airport terminal, or not terminal thing, but you get the idea. Just jump across. The next one, you gotta hit the billboard on this one. So I recommend going into this side of the airport, turning around, and going up here. And as you can see, my bike is now on fire. Which happens because every time you hit one of these unique jumps, every time you hit a ramp, it does a little bit of damage to the bike. So, if you're in the middle of a unique jump and your bike catches fire, wait till you land and then quickly jump off with triangle. Anyway, the next one, you want to hit the left ramp on the runway. And you've got to end up in the parking lot. Oh yeah. So the next one, you want to gain a little speed and jump over the easternmost boarding ramp. And it's as simple as that. Now there's another one right over on the other side, but we gotta go in at a different angle. So let's just kind of turn around here. And then make our jump. Now I missed the next one in the guide, but I come right back to it later. Because I realized my count is off. By the way, the reward for the unique jump is $100 multiplied by the number of unique jumps you've done so far. So the next one, I did this like 5 times. It's really hard because that satellite gets in your way. But you want to go in at an angle. And that's number 14. The next one is you want to hit those movable stairs right next to it. Just kind of go far. Yeah, the unique jumps are not well defined, but especially in the guide. The guide's terrible. I'm actually gonna put a link in the description of a better guide that's online to help you get through all these if my video isn't enough for you. So, anyway, the one I missed was actually right next to number something. You just gotta jump over the westernmost terminal. You got on both sides, so yeah, that's number 16 for you in my guide. And the next one is on Starfish Island. This one took me forever to find. But you want to go down this alleyway. Make a right here. Make a right here. That's the ramp that we gotta hit, which is really just a staircase. But we gotta go in here in order to gain the speed that we need. And you want to try the lean forward trick, which was lean forward as far as you can without standing up. So Tommy gets as low as he can, get the infinite speed thing. I mentioned it in an earlier video, but I'm mentioning it again. That'll definitely help you out throughout some of these, but not all of these. Some of them you might actually overshoot. Anyway, if you want to know where you can find a PCJ 600 that just spawned, it's right by the Pay and Spray in Vice Point, I believe it is. Excuse me. Anyway, the next one is right by the Malibu. This took me about 2 tries. This one's hard to do. If you don't hit this fast enough, you will end up in the canal and die. But luckily I didn't, so yay! So yeah, you don't want to go too far for that one, because, I don't know, somehow I ended up over jumping it. Whatever. Anyway, the next one is pretty close to it. This is one of my favorites. I don't know why. I like hitting this one whenever I can. And I hit a tree. But it registered! Yahoo! The next one is right where you will find Avery's missions. You want to go up all these ramps. It's a nice, long, little journey. But that's okay. I'm gonna do it for you guys. And for me, I love this game. Anyway, once you get to the top, I wasn't sure here, but I thought it was a different one. But anyway, you gotta go across this one. Be careful. You don't have to worry about going too fast. Just stay on until the end. And then you just kinda gotta hit the building. Kerplunk. I just barely made it, but whatever. Anyway, that's 20 so far. Woohoo! We're almost done. Anyway, this one, I love this one. You don't have to go too far for this one. It's right by Starfish Island. Jump that one, and then make a U-turn all the way at the end of the street and go right back. And jump this one. Whee! Everything's in slow-mo. Sorry. I probably didn't even need to jump that far, but whatever. Anyway, the next one you want to get some nice distance for, because this one's going to take you a few practices. But just jump here. We did this jump before in, what was it? PCJ Playground, I believe it was. And then I crashed. Anyway, this next one is right by the police station. I actually did this one out of order, but who cares? Anyway, got a nice little flaming bike here. I always thought you had to hit the wall, but apparently you gotta land on the grass. Oh, and then I died here, which sucked. But that's okay, because I conveniently ran into these gentlemen, and they are going to loan me their bike. Just kind of want to run in front of them, punch them in the face. Anyway, I believe I messed this up previously. We're gonna hit another ramp just to the left. Want to be careful here. And jump up these stairs. This one was pretty hard. You kind of want to land around there. I think I probably landed a little high, but hey, it registered, so who cares? Anyway, you want to go back here and just switch and just keep going and hit these stairs. I hear my dog crying for my attention, so I apologize if you hear that. I'll show him some love later. Anyway, you want to get a lot of speed for this one. This one took me like 5 tries, I swear. But, yeah, you want to hit this one at an angle and kind of lean to the left. And number 27. We're almost done. Anyway, this one's in the mall in Vice Point. You know, the one where you can't shop for stuff. You want to go up this ramp here. Gain as much speed as you can. Drive and jump. Success! The next one, I didn't even realize how close it was. I just, whatever. Anyway, you want to go right over here and jump on the leftmost ramp. I know there's like a real name for that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a ramp. Anyway, the next one's not too far. You just kind of want to go down here. We gotta jump that, but first let's gain some distance so we can gain speed and momentum and physics. Yes, we shall gain physics. Anyway, just hit that one, land on the building, crash a little bit, and 30! Only 6 more, guys. Next one, we did a mission with Lance here, Guardian Angels, that's right. We also did Kung Crazy up here. So, go back here, gain a little bit of speed. It's not hard. This one's really easy. Just kind of jump the ramp. And land on this building. Ta-da! 31. This next one is actually right where we did right where we found the spawn point for the PCJ 600. At least the one I favor. So, gain as much speed as you can. I do not recommend doing the extra speed thing where you lean forward, because as you can see, I messed that up and I gotta do it again. So do this jump, land, and hit this next jump in quick succession. The pink ramp. And then I made a fun little flip here. 33, 3 more to go. I love these right here. You can only do them after you finish Cortez's mission, so just hit the ramp. It's on the docks in case you can't tell. And then hit the next ramp. And then you kind of want to hit the brakes right when you land, or risk, you know, falling into the water like I almost did. But anyway, the last one is on Prawn Island. I'm not even worried about my little smoky bike. You want to go to the alley, jump those stairs, and then jump this ramp. And right there on the right was the, that's the ramp we gotta hit for the last unique jump. Jump across into the porn studios. Enjoy my smoky bike. Land, and all unique stunt jumps completed. In the next episode, I will tackle some more missions, but until then, I will see you in the next episode, whenever that may be.